Hello, I am J-Dog John Carshaboom. I'm out here with Mr. Dave. Mr. Dave, how are you today, by the way?
I'm doing wonderful. John.
Doing wonderful? And this is a late evening taping today.
Yes. And I've got my broccoli that I just harvested from my garden.
You harvested some broccoli?
I did.
You did? Wow. What did you do with the broccoli?
Well, actually, I read on the internet
Yeah.
that you're supposed to put warm water and a little bit of vinegar.
A little bit of vinegar.
Make sure there's no bugs or caterpillars in it.
Bugs
so
and caterpillars.
For about 5 to 6 or 7 minutes.
Yeah, 5 or 6. Okay, and you kind of you left the house floating, having your broccoli floating.
No, because if you wait too long, you'll ruin it.
Yeah.
So only 5 or 6 minutes.
5 or 6 minutes, and then so now it's just sitting in the refrigerator?
Yep.
Okay.
It's good for 2 weeks in the refrigerator.
2 weeks in the refrigerator. Wow. Something you learn on this show. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Thank you, Mr. Dave. I didn't know that. So let's talk. That was great. Let's turn the cameras around. Hey, we're talking about Ligustrum Texanum, the Waxleaf Privet, and we are out here pruning this guy because some of you might find that there's this choice going on because you have some blooms coming out and you have some foliage coming out, and what to do on that. So I want to show you some options on how to make sure that you prune the ligustrum nicely. Prune your ligustrum after it finishes blooming. So just a great thing to do. Why don't I just go ahead right on into it? So ligustrums, the nice thing about them, the Waxleaf Privet, is that they take really well to hard pruning. So nice thing to do is just make sure that your blades are really, really sharp. And you go, oh my gosh, you're pruning out all the blooms. But that's kind of what you have to do. So is just to keep pruning it out. And what you're doing is pruning just to form. So I'm going to take this, and I'm just going to try to create this form out of this what wasn't quite a form. And on these guys, sometimes you'll have to use a hand pruner because it can get so woody. So, but if you just hit on the outside, you're pretty good for just a shear. So anyway, so I'm cutting out all these blooms, as you can see, and trying to take some shape. So, and now after you finish pruning, by the way, it's always good on anything that you prune for shape is to make sure it gets a good dose of water-soluble fertilizer. You want to make sure that all the nutrients are available so that when it takes off, so that you get a quick grow back. That way, when it grows, you don't get this sheer look for very long. So I'm just going to finish up here, and I'm going to try to make this bottom a little bit bigger, but I don't think that's going to happen. So and what I'm doing, by the way, I'm doing this kind of this rough cut through it first, and then afterwards we're going to start finessing it. So we'll just kind of take the line and see if we can't keep this a little bit more conical as we start to finish up. Does that look like it's taking some sort of shape, Mr. Dave? Kind of, sort of, at least. Much more structural. It would just look like one big tall column on that. Also, by the way, when you're pruning, you can be fearless. Things grow right back, so try not to think about making a mistake, but just keep to keeping that form going. So anyway, and you are, by the way, always are going to have some cut leaves on there. And what you can do, now I kind of did it the fast way with these shears. And also, by the way, whenever you prune something, you want to shake out the old leaves and old foliage out. You might even get a blower to clean that out. But anyway, that is the tip for the day. It is a great time for pruning on this wet weather. It's a little bit cold. and it'll come out. It'll flush out new growth nicely, so you won't have that sheared look all summer long. Amazing recovery, Mr. Dave. Able to pick up the quote from because it flew away while we were filming. Here it is. Don't wait. The time will never be just right. Thank you very much, Napoleon Hill. That's the show for the day. Guys, always live your passion.
You see me right out of the sunset on the color TV screen.